Hello everybody, welcome to the Mini Marvel Games Season 3, Event 3, Dual Collision. First, let me just explain how this works. There's going to be two marbles that are going to be down each Hot Wheel track on each team. I'm going to raise the book up, and then the marbles are going to hit and then they're going to collide, and whichever team has the most marbles left wins. Now let's explain how the format works. There's going to be three groups, and 4 teams in each group. There's 6 rounds in each group, so every team plays against every single other team in their group once exactly. The top 2 teams in the group will qualify for the bracket stages, and in the bracket stages, there's going to be 3 1v1 matchups where 3 teams are eliminated. Then there's going to be a group where because 3 is an odd number, so there's a group where with 3 matches, all 3 teams play. So you have every other team at least once again. The team with the worst record is eliminated. And then there's a final round, which is that one in particular is the best 2 out of 3 between the 2 teams that are still standing. The groups are going to be Singe from Team Hellfire, Singe and Blaze from Team Hellfire, Cat's Eye and Clementine from the Misfits, Silver and Gold from the Medallions, and Earth and Water from the Elementals in Group A. Group B, it's Lime and Jungle from the Green Machines, Cookies and Cream and Strawberry for Team Ice Cream, Void and Ether for the Cosmic Colliders, Ocean and Waves from the Sea Strikers. Group C will be Glacier and Snowball from the Arctic Racers, Ballberry and Green from the Glass Maniacs, Sea and Wavebreaker from Ocean Riptide, and then Cloudy and Wind from the Blue Skies. You see, this thing is going to be over the track the whole time, so just get used to still shots for the entirety of the group stage. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, one thing I forgot to mention from earlier is that this video is only going to be part 1, so the group stage, and the brackets will be in part 2, which we'll release later. Let's get it started with the first match of the group. Team Hellfire versus the Misfits. And it's going to be... it's actually going to be a tie as both Singe and Clementine fall off. Alright, now it's time for the second match, which is going to be between the Medallions in here. And over here, it's going to be the Elementals. They're rolling. It's going to be... will be another tie. Water is meandering towards the edge. He does fall off, meaning that Silver is going to be the only one that's still there, giving the Medallions a 1-0 victory in their first match of the game. Alright, this next matchup is actually going to be a rematch of the Season 1 final round. Team Hellfire versus the Medallions. I don't know why Blaze kept falling out. They don't even touch, and Silver just falls off. Last time they were the only one standing, and this time they're the only one not standing, giving Team Hellfire the win. Alright, now it's going to be time for the 4th match of Group A between the Elementals and the Misfits. They're rolling. It's going to be... it's going to be a tie. Clementine, he will manage to stay on. And it will be a 1-1 tie as both Earth and Clementine manage to stay on. Alright, it's time for the 5th matchup of the penultimate one. Now it's going to be Team Hellfire up against the Elementals. Well, let's see who will win. And it's going to be Earth falling off, and that's going to be the second time in a row Team Hellfire wins 2-1. I believe the Elementals are going to lose this group, finishing dead last in the group now, which is very embarrassing. Alright, this is going to be one of the most influential matchups of the group, the final one. The Misfits over here and the Medallions over here. So, the winner of this match will probably be getting the last spot behind Team Hellfire, since they're neck and neck in the group standings. They're rolling. It's going to be Clementine, Silver, and Gold falling off. And Cat's Eye will secure a win for the Misfits. And that will probably be enough to take second. Pretty good for them to get a win after they tied in their last 2 matches. Alright, this was the standings of the group. First place is Team Alfire. They had 2 wins and 1 tie. And they had scored 5 and had 3 scored against them. The Misfits had 1 win and 2 ties. They had like 3 scored and 2 against them, I think. The Medallions did not do so well near the end. They had 1 win and 2 losses, with 2 scored, 4 scored against them. That's the same ratio the Elementals had, except they had a tie and 2 losses. So yeah, generally not so great. Now it's going to be time to Group B with these teams. Alright, now it's time for the first matchup of Group B between the Green Machines on this side and Team Ice Cream on this side. Both of these guys got medals in balancing, with Green Machines almost medaling in Final Race 2, but Jungle only got 5th. And they're rolling. Ooh, all of them are on the... And it's still gonna stay like that, so it's gonna be a 2-2 tie. Alright, now it's gonna be time for match number 2 between the Sea Strikers on this side and the Cosmic Colliders on this side. They're rolling. Ooh, none of them collide. Ether still falls off somehow, so that'll actually become a 2-1 victory for the Sea Strikers. Ether's the only one to fall off within the first 2 matches, in fact. Alright, time for match number 3. It's going to be between the Cosmic Colliders on the right side coming off a loss and the Green Machines on this side. They're rolling. Ooh, Line falls off, so is Ether and Void. And Jungle is going to be the only one still standing, giving the Green Machines their first win of the tournament, a 1-0 win over Cosmic Colliders. Alright, we reached the second half of the group stage. Team Ice Cream in here, and over here the Sea Strikers. And they're rolling. Cookies and Cream falls off. Waves barely stays on, but I believe that means Strawberry is going to stay on. Means the Sea Strikers win 2-1 yet again after Waves clutches up for them. Alright, here's a match between 2 of the best dual collision teams, the Green Machines and the Sea Strikers, for the penultimate match. These teams have basically confirmed that they are going to be the ones that qualify. But let's just see how they do in this final match. They're rolling. Ooh, Waves falls off, so does Line. Jungle stays on, and they're going to tie 1-1. Alright, time for the final match of the group. Cosmic Colliders on here, and then Team Ice Cream in here. Once again, both these teams are probably cooked, but let's see how they do anyways. And they're rolling. Ooh, Strawberry gets off. Cookies and Cream does stay on. But once again, it'll be a 2-1 loss, and it'll be Cosmic Colliders 1. I just realized that Team Ice Cream, despite only having 1 tie, 2 losses, they have had at least one of their marbles stay on for every run. Alright, these are the standings of the group. In group, the Sea Strikers are first with 2 wins and 1 tie, 5 scored, 3 against them. Then it's the Green Machines with 4 scored, 3 against them, 1 win and 2 ties. Then it's the Cosmic Colliders with 3 scored, 4 against them, 1 win and 2 losses. Then the Team Ice Cream, a tie and 2 losses. They scored 4, but then they 6 scored against them. Every other team had both of their marbles scored. It was 2-2, 2-1, 2-1. Yeah, similar to Group A, was 2 wins, 1 tie, then 1 win, 2 ties, 1 win, 2 losses, 1 tie, 2 losses. And now it's time for Group C, the final group. Alright, it's now time for the first matchup of Group C. We have the defending champion in this side, Arctic Racers. They won last year. Arctic Racers, they got 5th last season, but for some reason decided to swap Rainbow Swirl with Ball Bearing, and Ball Bearing will be alongside Green here. And they're rolling. It's going to be Ball Bearing falls off. Green managed to stay on, but Snowball Glacier huddle up in the middle. They're unstoppable. 2-1 win for Arctic Racers to start it off. Alright, time for match number 2. We're going to have a match of 2 blue teams. The Blue Skies, their first ever appearance in the mini marble game, so first dual collision. And then you have Ocean Riptide. We got Bronze Season 2 on this side. And they're rolling. Ooh, it's going to be Wind falls off. Wave Breaker manages to stay on. I feel like I've said that before, deja vu. But anyways, another 2-1 victory, this time for Ocean Riptide. Alright, this is going to be an interesting matchup between two teams that got podium finishes in Season 2. Ocean Riptide, Arctic Racers. Lucky that both of these teams were in the same group, because Arctic Racers, Team Hellfire, Ocean Riptide, they were all in different groups that would have been, they would have been dominating. But still, let's see. And they're rolling. It's going to be Glacier falls off, and Ocean Riptide will actually win this one. Alright. It's going to be time for the fourth match of Group 3. Glass Maniacs in here, Blue Skies in here. And they're rolling, and it's going to be... both of them stay on. It'll be a 2-2 tie, actually. Alright, now it's going to be time for match number 5, the second to last match of the entire video, between Arctic Racers and the Blue Skies. After coming off of a loss against Ocean Riptide, Arctic Racers need to prove that they're still one of the best teams, and if they lose, they might actually not even make it out of the stage up against Glass Maniacs, so they also have a win and a loss each. They're going to probably destroy the rookie Blue Skies, but let's see how they do. And they're rolling. Ooh, Cloudy and Sky. Cloudy and Wind both fall off, and then both the Arctic Racers stay on, so it'll be a 2-0 slaughter. Arctic Racers destroy. Alright, it's now time for the final matchup of the group stage. The Glass Maniacs here, Ocean Riptide here. Ocean Riptide have won both of their last two matches, while Glass Maniacs have a tie and a loss, so I think that the fate of these two teams are already sealed, but let's see how it goes anyways. Ooh, they're rolling. Waybreaker falls off, but so does Green. And they will tie the Glass Maniacs with their second tie. Alright, time for the Group B standings. Ocean Riptide with 2 wins and a tie. Arctic Racers 2 wins and a loss. They both qualified with 5 points scored, 3 points scored against them each. And that's Arctic Racers, 2 ties and a loss, 4 scored and 5 against them. And then it's the Blue Sky, just like Team Ice Cream, had 1 tie and 2 losses with 4 points scored and then 6 scored against them. So this is the standings. Cosmic Colliders and Glass Maniacs winning 2 losses, basically the same as 2 ties and a loss. And they both had a difference of 1 between the points scored and the points scored against them. And Medallion's a difference of 2, so they're 9th. And I decided that even if you do the same, the one with the lower amount of points is better. Oh wait, that would mean Cosmic Colliders are in 7th. And that would mean that the Elementals are in 10th with 2 and 4. Team Ice Cream and the Blue Skies are going to be tied for 11th. The bracket stages, it's going to be match 1, Team Hellfire versus Sea Strikers, match 2, Misfits versus Arctic Racers, and match number 3, Ocean Riptide versus the Green Machines. And I'm going to see when that happens.